Hello fellow racers and welcome back to Jardier School for Not Very Fast Drivers. We are in episode 2 where we will be talking about these pedals today, how to use them, what to do, some tips about something like how to do it faster, how to do it proper way, how to do it my way, how I do it, how do I keep my pedals in motion, and how to keep my car under control thanks to the throttle, brake and sometimes clutch as well, but we will be talking about throttle and brake only. So we're gonna... Oh my god, no! I think this is very hard topic to talk about, because everybody uses it differently, but I can guarantee you one of the first starts to do, I don't know if you use it, but everybody in sim racing uses left foot for braking, right foot for throttle, and you need to use it all the time, If you are in a normal road car, you usually use your right foot for the braking and throttle as well, and left one only for clutch or nothing, depends if you have automatic or nothing. But in real racing, in a proper racing cars like touring cars and GT cars, you only use two pedals, brake and throttle. And you need to use both of them at the same time. You need to get used to it. If you are not used to it, get used to it. Practice. I know it's very weird when you go to normal road car and try it, but it's also possible. But it's because you sit differently and the pedals are different in different angle than in a real racing car. Because in real racing car, you are almost lying on the bottom, in your car. So it's something a little different. So basically, this is the first thing to do. Get used to using both legs on both pedals all the time. It helps a lot. Then you have to find your proper sensitivity, how to do it and how to properly work with it. And it's I would say it's on someone's different. I really like to be on all the pedals all the time. One of the things for the braking I can guarantee is very working for me for past years is a lot of people are little sensitive on the braking. They're doing this when they brake. And I'm very trying to be very soft and gentle on the brake pedal. But I'm doing one thing, and one thing that really helps me is at the start of the braking, when I actually hit the brakes for the first time, I hit the pedal a lot, and then I'm releasing the throttle. Depends. So I will not lock up the tires. It also helps you when you want to turn into the corner. Of course, depends if you have ABS or not, but it's my way to do it. So you press the pedal almost to the maximum, or maximum, depends on the game, and then you slowly releasing and seeing how much you can press it and unpress it for proper braking, so you don't lock up the tires. In the same time, when I'm downshifting, 90% of the time I'm using a throttle a bit to help stabilize the car. It's a very complicated thing to do. It's it's a heel and toe or something like that, when you are braking and using clutch and brake pedal and throttle at the same time. You can use it also with the automatic pedal shift gearbox, because although 90% of the modern cars, 95% of the modern cars had a sequential or automatic pedal shift gearbox, so you have to use it like that. It can help. They have auto blip, but you can use it yourself a bit because it can help release stress of the tires, so you brake more sensitively and more easy, You really need to find your way around the pedals, your proper sensitivity. So, for example, I race barefoot. 80% of the year I'm racing barefoot. In the winter I have socks, and I never use the shoes, It's not because of the unsensitiveness or something, because you're racing home, so you don't want to have shoes. But if you have shoes, you have actually a bit of advantage because you are more stable on a pedal, because when I'm driving right now, without the socks or with the socks, I'm pressing even the fingers on the throttle and everything. It can really help and not help at the same time, because it hurts after a long race. And I think you can use it all the time, depends really what you like. If you are in a super motion rake, use shoes and use it properly. If you are using just to be comfortable and have a nice sensitivity, go socks or without socks, depends if you like it that way. Some of the examples I'm showing there, you can see that I'm really all the time using brake and throttle to steer the car and stabilize the car and unstabilize the car, because some of the cars really are understeering, oversteering on the corners, and I'm trying to use the throttle off throttle method, to turn the car or stabilize the car more. You can see it in some of the examples I'm showing that it's very helpful, and I think it's very like a way to go, because you know, in some of the, it's a way in sim racing, you know, in real race car it's not mostly like that, but depends on the car of course, but in sim racing it's very useful because you can like, you maybe don't have a proper setup, your setup is not very good, and you want to like find last tenths of a second there, and in a corner usually you brake, you lift, you turn the car, and then you go slowly on a throttle. But sometimes when you are like using a little bit of a throttle, even a brake, you can help the car turn a bit more, and it's very helpful for that. I really like to use this method because it's very good and it suits me very well. And I think you can use it very easily because it's like, you know, just play with the throttle in the corners, or you will keep some RPM, of course, and of course you will have the car to turn a bit more, you know. It's so hard to talk about brake and throttle technique because it's like, basically when I go to the corner, for example, second corner in Red Bull Ring, there's a heavy braking there to the right hairpin. I go on a brake, and I hit the brake on the maximum force, depends on the game and depends on the car, but usually I hit the brake on the maximum available force, then I'm slowly releasing, and like I press the pedal, and before the wheels will lock up, I'm a little bit lifting, so I'll avoid that, and I'm at the same time downshifting, and I'm adding a bit of a throttle to the auto blip to help to stabilize the car, you know. You have to like you do this before the corner, and then you turn and slowly on a full throttle, you know, no problem there. It's really like a helpful thing for me to do. I think there's examples for this technique, or the brake throttle. How do you use brake throttle, you know? It's like if you just brake without a throttle or anything, just turn and hit the throttle again, it's something different, you know, like it's the perfect way, but it can be very like basic. If you want to get some advantage, use all the pedals together and use it well, and just practice with it, you know, because you will be surprised in the result what happens if you are more sensitive on both pedals, and how improvement you can get. You can avoid lockups, you can avoid being long in the corners, you can avoid spinning on the brake and in the entrance of the corner, of course. You have like very fast corner when you just need to little bit touch the brake, also use the throttle, you can stabilize the car, or you can even like avoid the spin totally. If you are just started spinning, instead of just correcting and going straight into the gravel, you can just brake and throttle at the same time. It will lock up and accelerate the wheels at the same time, and you will just straighten up the car, you know. I think the examples are the best to show, you know, so I'm gonna be showing how I drive, how do I do that. You can just watch me using the pedals, and you using it to stabilize the car and turn the car and drive the car, and I hope it's gonna be helpful for you as well. To have some little fun, I will just show you my pedal cam with the audio, and you should try to, you can find out which game I'm using, which car I'm using, and which track I'm on. I wonder really if you can just by hearing the sound and watching the pedals guess which racetrack I'm on and which game and which car I'm on. And yeah, hope you guys will enjoy this video. Hope everything will be alright. I hope you will find these tips a little helpful. I know it's like very hard to talk about, and I hope it's fine. I think the examples are the perfect way to do it, and I just hope you will improve, you will like it. Let me know in the comments. If you like my channel, subscribe to my channel, leave a like. If you want to support me or something, check the links below the video. There's everything you need to know, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!